Well, happy Vlogtober day 12, guys. Hope your day is going well. Check out what came in the mail yesterday from my mom. Isn't this adorable? We sometimes send each other cards. You know, when we lived further apart, we used to send them all the time. But she still enjoys doing it, and it is kind of relaxing to write and send cards. So I'm so excited. Look how cute it is. It's a little happy Halloween card, and it's got these glittery cats with the pretty green eyes and little bows. How cute is that? And then she decorated the side with these fun witches hat stickers. Here, I'm covering up her address on the envelope, but isn't that cute? Oh, I just love that. I love like cards and paper crafts and things like that. Email is just so boring in comparison to handwriting a note and taking the time to put a stamp on it sometimes. I don't know, it just has that extra touch. But anyways, I'm sitting here sipping on a little bit of my cinnamon apple spice tea from Celestial Seasonings with some of my Moon Juice Mucuna Purians powder in it and a little bit of the pearl powder for a brightening effect. And I am loving that. I'm really enjoying having these Celestial Seasonings teas in the morning to kind of wet my whistle before I have my coffee with the beauty dust in it. My Bustelo. Love my Bustelo. But anyways, let me just get a sip in. Oh, this is so good. It's got like rose hip, I think, in it. I'm not entirely sure. Hibiscus. Oh, it's just delicious. All of the flavors of fall in my cup. Totoro, unfortunately, is in the bath, is taking a bath in the dishwasher. So he is out of commission this morning. But anyways, guys, as you can tell from the title of this video today, and as I promised last week, I'm going to be reviewing gold and skincare, and you know, specifically with regards to gold masks. The guys at Go Selly sent me this Kongzi Pack Elizavecca Milky Piggy, oh Lord, extra, okay, wrinkle care cleansing 24 karat gold mask. Woo, this is promising a lot. Okay, wrinkle care and cleansing and 24 karat gold to review for you guys. And I thought it was appropriate because many of you asked me about gold as an ingredient in masks and face washes, and is it a good ingredient? So I thought I would just take the opportunity to review this mask and talk about the ingredients with you guys. I'm looking here over the ingredients. I've used this mask for a total of 3 times just to, you know, test it out myself. But for brevity's sake here, why don't I just put a little on my nose so you guys can see it. See, it comes in this tube like this, and it's got this kind of adorable packaging. It's kind of, I don't know, sort of scary and spooky with this demonic pig on it. But anyways, and they also sent me a brush to apply it with. So I thought that was cool. It's this Elizavecca facial mask brush. So that'll be handy because usually I just search for the Scoopy Doodle. So haven't used it yet. I've just been using the Scoopy Doodles, but let's see here. So it comes out, and I'm just going to put a little on my nose here and paint it on. See, it looks like something you'd get at Michael's, right? I mean, I feel like I'm just about to paint something with it. But anyways, I'm going to paint my nose here so we can chit-chat here. And I'm by no means a professional at painting Korean masks on my face, so judge onward and upward. But you can see it smells like I'm putting perfume on my face. It's just what you would detect on first impression if you weren't even looking at the ingredients. It's really, really, really heavily fragranced here. I kind of look like the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. That's what we'll go for here. All right, we'll just cover up my nose here and kind of incubate with it on there. All right, so you can see how it goes on. It's not particularly gold, but it's got a little sparkle and a little shimmer to it. Kind of makes me look like the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz, just here on my nose. But it is so heavily fragranced. It's almost as though you are dipping your face in perfume. But let's see, we're supposed to put it on and just incubate with that on our face for 20 minutes. So while we do that, we'll just chit chat here. All right, ingredient wise, this mask has 2 ingredients that I kind of see the utility for here. It has glycyrrhizic glabra, Glycrrhiza or ZA. Glabra, Glabra. That's basically licorice root extract, which I've told you guys before can in fact have a brightening effect. It inhibits some of the biology of how pigment is produced in the skin transiently. Okay, so using a topical licorice in the skin can impart a brightening effect, but it is not long lasting and it's not permanent. Okay, so it's short-lived and it's one of those things that you have to keep doing to experience the thing. So in other words, it's kind of fun in a mask, because if you think about it, you might do a mask before you go out, and if it's got licorice root extract in it, you take the mask off and you suddenly appear brighter and it looks nice right before you go out, but probably by the end of the night you're as dull as you were to begin with. I'm just kidding. Okay, and the other thing in this that is of utility is ceramide. So it has a ceramide 3, which is a synthetic ceramide that they've put in here. And, studies have shown that we know that ceramides are one of the most abundant lipid in the top layer of our skin, the stratum corneum. They really help to keep the skin hydrated. They're essential for skin barrier maintenance. And in cases of dry skin, eczema-prone skin, or as we get a little bit wiser or mature skin, ceramides can become slightly deficient and lend themselves, and in becoming deficient, set you up for a tendency towards dry skin that appears dull and kind of lifeless. So what we have observed in studies is that consistently using topical moisturizers with ceramides in them can kind of help to restore that barrier, and by putting ceramides on the skin exogenously can encourage your body to make some of its own again, and to get the process going a little bit faster as far as repairing your damaged, dry, parched barrier. That would lead to kind of some of the concerns related to, quote, mature skin. Unfortunately, it is really heavily fragranced, and it's difficult to enjoy. So the fragrance is really a major offensive ingredient in this. But the other things in here, and I'll get to the gold in a minute, that I don't like, in addition to just plain fragrance, are, let's list them: lavender extract, rosemary extract, leaf flower stem extract. They just ground up a bunch of plants, basically. Okay, thyme and raspberry, blueberry, vaccinium myrtillus fruit extract, cranberry fruit extract. All of these fruit extracts, I mean, it's like Celestial Seasonings should be like, hey, you stole our tea bag and put it in your face mask. It's too much as far as the fruit extracts. These have no established role in skincare, okay? Oh, look, it's changing colors. That's a little bizarre. Okay, these have no established role in skincare, okay? Skincare companies and cosmetic companies continue to pump them into their skincare products and make it seem as though they have all of this purported benefit, when in reality there's no evidence for that. And in fact, these fruit extracts, they commonly can be what is called a co-sensitizer, meaning they can set you up for becoming allergic to some of the other ingredients, either in this or ingredients that are common in your skincare products, okay? Like fragrance, okay? So they're just a bad idea. The other thing, a lot of the fruit-derived oils and things like that, plant oils, etc., they contain a substance called furocoumarins, okay? And when that is on the skin and exposed to ultraviolet light, it undergoes a reaction, a chemical reaction, that damages the DNA of the cells in your skin and can, lead to a lot of inflammation, damage of the skin barrier, as well as damages to the DNA of those skin cells that can set the stage for forming a pre-cancer, a pre-skin cancer, which, I mean, you don't really want any of that, okay? And then, all right, but let's talk about what everybody's interested in, and that is the gold. Okay, so putting gold on the face is in my opinion, a really bad idea for innumerable reasons. I think they're touting gold in skincare these days to be anti-inflammatory. And, you know, once upon a time, gold, systemic gold, like gold that people would ingest, was a treatment for rheumatoid arthritis many years ago, before we had more specific and better drugs to treat this debilitating type of arthritis. One of the very early treatments of rheumatoid arthritis was systemic gold therapy, and it had it seemed to have an anti-inflammatory effect to help the symptoms, but it had many side effects associated with it, namely skin rashes, okay? And one such rash that could occur with consuming gold or gold particles is either part of gold therapy for rheumatoid arthritis or for a variety of other reasons. For example, sometimes gold is even present in certain alcohols, like I believe Goldschlager alcohol has particles of gold in it. One thing that can happen in the skin with consuming gold is something called a chrysiasis, okay? Which I'll list the name of it down below for you guys if you're interested. But basically the gold particles will deposit in the skin in such a manner so as to discolor your skin in kind of a bluish coloration. And you can get pretty blue if you're taking this systemically, and no pun intended, because you might be feeling sad because you're taking gold. But you know, it can lead to a very disfiguring discoloration when taken systemically. When applied to the skin, however, this can also occur locally. You know, you can get it localized by virtue of deposits of the gold in the skin. I mean, you really have to be using it a ton and on open or abraded skin, okay? And so, you know, is it alarming in a product like this? No, but it really shouldn't be there in the first place, and it has the potential to cause harm. The other thing that is harmful about the gold in this is that they put it in there alongside titanium dioxide and iron oxide, which are fine ingredients, okay? They're in your they're in your sunscreens, and they're great sunscreens, okay? They give things kind of that mica-y look. It's probably what's turning my nose this way right now, okay? But titanium dioxide is kind of a big like white ball, okay? And it's a little abrasive, to be honest. And what we know is that when you put titanium dioxide in the presence of gold particles, the titanium dioxide kind of is a little rough and irritating, and it kind of agitates alongside with the gold and irritates the top of the skin. Together they do this. I mean, it's kind of like just too irritating because they're very abrasive particles. And what that ends up doing is increasing the likelihood that the gold could deposit in your skin, okay? It increases the likelihood of that and you developing localized chrysiasis, or this blue disfiguring discoloration. But what it also increases the risk of is you developing an allergy to gold, okay? And it's not super common for people to be allergic to gold, but it is possible. And in people who are allergic to nickel, which is very common, okay? Nickel allergy is so common. I believe in Europe, nickel is incredibly regulated, but here in the US, it's not regulated the same way. But people who are allergic to nickel, for example, like on a belt buckle, they have a higher prevalence of concomitant, or in other words, of also having allergy to gold. And by allergy, I mean when you put these things on the skin, you develop a rash because your immune system has learned to hate these ingredients. That's the type of allergy I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, like, you know, seasonal allergies or like a food that you eat and you break out in hives. I'm not talking about that type of allergy. I'm talking about a specific type of skin allergy to ingredients that you put on your face that your body has learned it does not like for whatever reason. And the body deciding it doesn't like gold put on the skin isn't too common, but this product is basically laying the groundwork for your body saying, cycling, and I'm gonna decide not to like gold, okay? I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen from using a product like this, because by virtue of the fact that it's got gold in the presence of titanium dioxide, too abrasive together, and they can cause problems together. So I would actually discourage you guys from using this product consistently, or if at all. It has, you know, if all they did was make a mask that had ceramide 3 and the licorice root extract, you might have a nice brightening mask, okay? They put this ungodly fragrance, which is currently giving me a migraine, and then they put these abrasive metal particles to set the stage for a metal allergy, as well as an ungodly amount of fragrance and fruit in here. I mean, this is a problem, laying the groundwork for problems for the skin, so I would avoid it. Okay, and then coming down the list, the other thing that people will ask me about is, and kind of what the anti-aging thing that is being touted in this, is the collagen that they put in this. They put hydrolyzed collagen. And collagen, you guys, comprises the deeper layers of our skin, the dermis, okay? It's the underlying part of, you know, if you think of your skin as a bed, and the epidermis is kind of like your bedding, your sheets and linens, and your dermis is your mattress, okay? That's really like what you're lying on. And, you know, as we age, our mattress sometimes can become a little saggy, okay? And that's because sometimes, you know, with time, the collagen framework just gets disrupted and gets damaged by virtue of ultraviolet light, okay? Sun damage, basically. Sun damage damages the collagen framework of our mattress, of our skin, okay? Of our Tempur-Pedic. Okay, but so putting it on top of the skin is all the craze now. And to ask a collagen molecule to permeate down into the deeper layers of the dermis, it makes no sense. A hydrolyzed collagen, it's just, you know, I mean, it's really, really hand-waving and is not substantiated. I would never put it in here to begin with if I were Elizavecca, this little bunny with attitude. This Elizavecca bunny, look, she looks at you like, what's up? What's up? This is not cruelty-free. This is not vegan, by the way. Well, I don't know about the cruelty-free status, but it's definitely not vegan. Probably because of the collagen, as well as it has propolis extract in it, which is common in a lot of skincare products. You can develop an allergy to it. People who have allergies to bees wax and things like that, they may have some cross reactions, so just be careful. And then, you know, if you're concerned about this being vegan, it's obviously not, because that is bee derived. But here we are at about the 20-minute mark here, and you can see it looks like I've got a big glob of toothpaste all over my nose. Okay, that's attractive. So I'm gonna go wash this off, and you guys can see what I look like afterwards. I think I'm just gonna have a desiccated little nasal sidewall and dorsum here, but I'll be back. Well, there you go. I mean, my nose is no more brighter or anti-aged, but I certainly am developing a small headache from the fragrance in this. Overall, I give this product, I don't know, a 1 out of 10. I think far and away, you all know I have tried many face masks on this channel and continue to. This is probably the worst one I have ever done, and I would not recommend it, simply because the fragrance is so offensive. But the other ingredients that I mentioned have no role in skincare and really only have the potential to cause substantial problems. I would not waste my time or money on this. And if you have young daughters, moms out there, tell them to put their money in the bank. But yeah, I'm really appreciative to Go Selly for sending me this to try out for you guys, to give me an opportunity to talk to you guys about golden skincare, because it's in a fair number of skincare products that are very expensive, like that Peter Thomas Roth gold mask I think you all were asking me about. I mean, the same holds true for gold and anything. Like, I don't need to review every single gold thing to tell you, like, you basically should just avoid it in skincare products, because it has no role. It only has the potential to cause problems. As far as the brush goes, though, I'm happy to have that. I just rinsed it out here. But this was handy for putting on the mask with. Do know, not to be a wet blanket, but do know that you can develop an allergy to some of the components of these guys, like the bristles, the plastic, some of the polymers in them. So sometimes this can be a culprit in an eye or facial rash, either your brushes or, obviously your skincare products like this bad boy. But anyways, guys, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this headache wears off from the mask so I can go about my work day. But give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.